Welcome back, Bravehearts. I'm Dr. Darryl Wolf, and this is my friend Chris. He just got here from the UK, what, 2 days ago?
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. Yeah, there you go. Yesterday. So it was the Great Escape, okay? And today we call today's show A Whale of a Tale, okay? And that's because you're from where?
Wales. Wales, UK.
Wales, UK. There you go. All right, so we're only going to be here for about 25 minutes because, believe it or not, then I've got a master training with my master trainers at 11 until 1. And then I'm going to be back here to do a show called Your Pelvis, okay, the Holy Grail of Healing. And it truly is. And I'll be on here with Nadia at 1 o'clock today until about 2 o'clock. All right, but let's talk, Chris. So, your journey, what's going on?
There's loads going on. I got diagnosed with this.
So who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah, who are you?
I'm Chris. I'm a man from Wales.
A man from Wales.
A man from a landmass known as Wales.
Okay, all right. A man from a landmass known as Wales.
Yeah.
There you go. I like that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you doing here?
I've been tuning into your stuff for about 5 months since I got diagnosed with some things, a tumor.
A tumor? Bladder tumor, right?
Yeah, bladder tumor.
So, okay, so when were you diagnosed with the bladder tumor?
Winter solstice, 21st December.
21st is December.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So not so long ago.
No. And
do you know why you got the tumor?
Yeah, I think
in the bladder?
I think I do.
What is it?
I think it's to do with my complete enmeshment and entanglement with all my siblings and family that all live close by, kind of thing, recently, and I've just.
Because you can't let go, but you can't let go. But you can't let go.
I'm the fall guy.
Yeah, but let's no. Well, no. You signed up to be the fall guy.
Yeah.
Okay, say that.
Yeah, I signed up to be the fall guy. Yeah.
Well, isn't that nice of you to be the sacrifice?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I'm not that now.
Oh, you're not. What are you now?
I'm a man, mate.
Oh, you're the stand-up guy.
Yeah.
He's a stand-up guy. He's not the fall guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I stood up. I stood up.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got you.
You stood up for yourself.
I did. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So skitter scatter, tumor in the bladder.
Yeah.
That's because he couldn't let go of his SH.
Yeah.
And the reality is that when you can't let go and you can't go with the flow, can't get those logs out.
Yeah.
Okay, then you're going to decompose.
Yeah.
And that's why we're doing that show at 1 o'clock today, because if you can't move like Elvis, then you've got problems in your pelvis. And the reality is that stinking thinking causes root rot, which is your large intestine. And guess what? You ready for this? You're going to love this one. This one's so cool. Okay, so large intestine goes up, goes around, under the ribs, down, and guess what? The bladder sits right on top of the last 3 inches of the bowel. So when you can't let go of your crap, guess what? You become a manure pile, and it starts to rot. Then the bacteria are no longer good bacteria. They become bad bacteria. They release what we call endotoxin. The endotoxin is now being gassed off. But guess what? It goes right through the lining of the bowel. Oh, and look at this. The little bladder sitting right there to suck it all up. But don't forget, it doesn't end there. When you get bowel rot, you get what we call leaky gut. And guess what? You see how they always try to play a game with us?
Yeah,
your gut's not leaky.
No.
It's your large intestine that gets leaky. And that's where all the problem starts. So now you've got a large intestine, and it's like a screen door in a submarine, especially at that last few inches, because you can't rot out tissue and not have holes in it.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and I guarantee you've done antibiotics, right?
Yeah.
And have you ever done any other drugs, like medication?
Yeah, loads.
Have you ever done any street drugs?
Yes.
Have you ever eaten incorrectly?
Totally.
So put all that together, and especially the antibiotics. You ready for this?
I've done a lot of them, but I've done enough of them, yeah.
Well, you only have to do 1 round. You do 1 round of antibiotics, and antibiotics, they vibrate below 0. So understand, everything's a frequency, right?
Yeah.
So a donut has 0 frequency.
Yeah.
A piece of meat has 0 frequency. There's no vibration in it. It's dead. Okay? So an apple would vibrate higher. Essential oils would vibrate higher. C60 vibrates higher than anything else. Right?
It's the biz.
So that's why it has such healing power. That's why it can bring down the V and the C and set you free. And that's God's truth.
Yeah.
So now, what happens is the antibiotics, because they vibrate below 0, you're going to love this. And most drugs do vibrate below 0, don't they?
Yeah.
So what happens is, but antibiotics, They are a form of chemo. They actually turn on what we call the death microbe, which is candidiasis, which is fungus. It turns the yeast into a fungus, and the yeast is meant to be in the large intestine, turns into a fungus. That becomes what we call drill bit predators, and then they make holes in your intestines. So now you can't let go of your own crap.
Yeah.
So now you're putrefying. Now you've got little holes.
Yeah.
And what do you think's happening? It's getting into your bloodstream, going through your liver,
Poison.
then eventually going through your kidneys, and then your bladder's like a sack. And this sediment actually that should have been left out the back door is gone in, and now it goes into the bladder, sits in the bottom of the bladder, and that infective waste sits there. It inflames the bladder continually. Inflammation causes mutation. Eventually, okay, inflame, okay, you're on fire in there, so the bladder contracts. So you probably had trouble peeing.
Yes, that's what alerted me to it, yeah.
Okay, so you have trouble peeing,
Yeah.
and then guess what? If you have a bladder problem, you have a prostate problem. Oh, I don't. They never diagnosed it yet. You still have it. Until it gets high enough, they're not going to, until it's a disease,
Yeah.
until it becomes a real problem, they can't find it.
Problem, yeah.
But how come when the bladder sits here and the prostate sits here and the large intestine sits here, okay, guess what? If you're pooping in the neighborhood, everybody's
Well,
getting it.
I took opiates for 28 years.
Opioids
So,
for-
for 20
well, then your
straight
bowel-
years, and I was constipated nearly the whole time.
No.
Until 20
Your
years
bowel went into comatose.
ago.
So
Okay.
what happens is opioids will put your bowel into comatose, and they do. It destroys the nerve endings.
Right.
So now, if you look at a bowel, it's called what we call hostras, and it moves like a snake to get the logs out, right? But the reality is those hostras, okay, they lose their tone, and so now we're not getting anything out. There's no poop coming out the chute.
No. Right, I got you, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's
Oh.
why you got it. But the reality is, it's going to be a piece of cake.
Yeah, I mean, since I've been tuned into your stuff and taking the nutraceuticals and doing the enemas, everything's changed. I'm in the state I'm in right now still, but I'm so much better. Everything's
Yeah.
changed.
Is Chris's mic up loud enough, guys?
Can you hear me?
Guys, make sure that they can hear him because he's speaking soft.
Can you hear me?
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So things are looking better.
Yeah, I've been doing.
So what has changed since you started working with us?
Oh, I've lost a lot of weight where it shouldn't have been, kind of
Yeah.
weight, and I've
Oh, 1 second. Rafa? Yarek?
Yeah.
Hold on, everyone. Could somebody please tell them to stop drilling? Please
Yeah.
don't go this way, go that way.
Yeah, I will.
Please, whenever this happens, this is called Real TV, everyone. Welcome to Real TV. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, well, as soon as I got this, I was already watching a few of your videos, so I started doing most of the suggested things, really, and taking the suggested nutrients, Maragen, C60, all those things. I've been taking them daily, and everything's changed. My family, and friends are all saying, wow, whoa, you look so different, your eyes are clear, infinite iodine. I've been drinking quite a lot of that.
Infinite iodine,
Yeah,
and
infinite
are you on
iodine.
we have
Maragen.
we have a protocol that if you have a chronic condition, that could be causing you some real trouble. We have a protocol, and you can call me. You have to go through me though.
Yeah, Maragen.
And you can buy 16 ounces of iodine in a jar,
Yeah.
and it's wholesale.
I did
because you should be doing 1.5 ounces a day.
I did
The
it
other
for
thing
a month.
we'd like to get you doing is doing the 250 milligram of CBD
Yeah.
suppositories up the rectum.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, that will just go in and change it.
right. Yeah.
It'll change it. But go ahead, keep talking.
Well, I was taking all of those things and the Maragen, but also I was taking cannabis oil, and I was doing suppositories, cannabis oil, and eating a lot of it as well.
Right.
And but straight away, once I started doing, I think the C60 was and the Maragen, but the C60 really affected me, changed everything, my skin, my karma,
And I want everybody to understand something. It's
breathing, my lungs even.
It's not a pitch, but
No.
I want you to know that
No pitch at
95%
all.
of the C60 out there is not real.
No.
It's not real C60. I'm not trying to put it down. Just make sure you're getting your money's worth. I do have the best C60 in the world. Anybody that sells it or takes it, you can come on my show and challenge me. Or you can go watch my video.
It's brilliant.
Where we actually discussed about what C60 is and who makes it and what they're doing with it. And you'll understand I'm telling you the God's truth. After we released that video, about 80% of all C60 stopped being sold on Amazon. That's like that fast.
Right. Wow.
So the reality is just know this, that the C60 right now was being passed trying to be passed in Parliament in France to try to stop C60 from being sold in France because it brings down the V and the C better than anything else. You know what I'm talking about. But it doesn't just do that. C60 is 250 times stronger in vitamin C.
Yeah.
C60 will rewrite the brain.
Yeah.
C60 is the strongest free radical neutralizer in the human body. It's the strongest antioxidant. It will go in and understand, if you take C60, it will restore your brain, restore your eyesight. I mean, it could be you should be using Teslas with blue light.
Yeah.
You should be doing the iodine or the fulvic eye drops.
Yeah.
But the reality is the brain is the eyes are damaged because the brain is damaged.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So the C60, let's just put it this way: our C60 is actually ordered by the Pentagon. It's ordered by upper military in Canada and United States.
Yeah. No, they know. They know it's the best.
And if you took a look, I remember I said this: the elite, the psycho elite will always tell you what they're going to do to you.
Yeah.
But they also have to tell you the answer, and if you're not listening, because that's universal law. When they did the Times Square ball that was coming down, what was on the back of it? C60.
C60. Yeah.
That's right. And what were you saying? Something else about C60 today to me?
When the Hollywood Awards, when they
The Hollywood Awards,
they give them out like $10,000 worth of all the latest gizmos and all bits and bobs. Holiday to Hawaii, and there was a bottle of half a litre bottle of C60 in the basket. I couldn't believe it. It was a friend of mine who knew I was taking it. Said, "Wow, that's that stuff."
You have to let the sheeple know what the answer is, but you don't have to tell them.
No, yeah.
But you have to. That's the universal law. You've got to at least put it out there.
It's like spells, and they always write it, don't they? It's always there to be seen.
Yeah.
Look. Yeah. But we don't look. We often don't look. People.
So you flew from Wales to here. When are you going home?
I went from Wales to Heathrow, over to Mexico, and then down to here. Yeah. Well, I booked a 6-week flight, but I'm staying as long as I need to. You know, I won't. I mean, I don't know. I'm open-ended. You know, I'm open-ended. It's obviously the normal life things come into it, but the feeling's so healthy here and so dynamic, and like I can tell already straight away. You know, I walked into it, and I've been in touch with your consultants and my consultant now, Sandra.
Yeah, you did a perfect day consult.
Yeah, that was brilliant. So
what do you think? Was it worth the $150?
Oh God, yeah, it was for sure. There was a lot more. You know, I've had every time I've messaged, I got a response. You know, if I needed a call, I've got a call. Advice, you know, support on the way here.
I want everybody to take a look at Chris. I'll have Chris come back on, let's say 4 weeks, okay, to 6 weeks. Take a good look at Chris.
And my foot, my bad foot.
Oh, tell him about your foot. Put your foot up in the air. Here, I'll put mine up too. See, here's both my feet. Now look at his.
If I put it up, it doesn't go so bad. It's when it's down, it's purple. This little bit of
purple. Yeah,
purple.
but where was your foot before you got on our protocol? Can you tell them?
Oh, mate, it was black.
It was black.
It was black. It was
going
going black.
Foot.
It was going black. It was all purple with slightly going black, and it was going to go black and come off, I guess. And I came on the show with it and got some advice, and I've been doing the
what have you been doing to your foot?
I've been watching people like yourself doing stuff and trying to just do it with a little bit of advice.
You've been clapping it?
Yeah, I mean,
have you been doing one-shot therapy with a shot glass and going in and breaking stuff up?
I've got the moringa oil and stuff for that, I think.
Well, how about this? Are you in the Whole Life Coach course?
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do in the Whole Life Coach course is sometimes I come on and we'll do like a Facebook thing and we'll put it on everywhere. Yeah. In the Whole Life Coach course, we'll do a Facebook thing and I'll show you how to do your foot.
Yeah, okay, great.
And we'll with the clapper and with a shot glass and how you can save yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's changed a lot just from doing them, just clapping a lot
Yeah.
at the bottom, clapping all around here, working on the knee.
Now, if you take a look at his leg, you see this leg here doesn't have the veins popping out as much.
Yeah.
This one here, look at this. You can actually see the veins popping out. It looks like there could be like worms under here. Now, and this leg kind of blew up here. Well, actually, this leg was rotting. So it was the foot and the leg right up to here was starting to die. So let's say, and here, oh yeah, look at this. Cold.
Always cold. Always.
Cold.
Yeah.
Stops right about here.
Yeah.
So see, yeah, stone cold,
Yeah.
eh?
And it's really warm here.
Yeah, so the reality is this here, everything will be reversed. And guess what? You are so lucky lucky that you've got a tumor in your bladder.
Yeah.
Because we can get at it easier.
Oh, I see. Where the positioning, yeah, right.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
sure. You can go up the bum chum, down the mouth, and we can go in there with our
Yeah.
elbows, loosen up all the scar tissue with the non-surgical.
The iodine
You
sprayed
can
on
clap it. You
Yeah,
clap it.
I've been doing that. Yeah.
Clapped it. Yeah.
religiously,
So we'll go through a whole protocol, and we'll do it live sometime next week. How's
Okay,
that?
Brilliant. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be great.
So,
Monitor-
what are your
monitor.
plans? Oh, you lost weight too, didn't you? Since
Oh, I must have lost 2 stone. Yeah.
what's
2
it, a stone again? How many pounds?
Well,
Is that like?
I'm not sure. I've lost literally about 3 or 4 inches off my waist in the last 7 months, and I'm not unhealthily lost weight.
So
I've just lost
understand,
flab. I've
when
lost
you
flab.
lose weight, you're not losing weight, you're losing inflammation and infection. So the more the more fat you lose, the more cellulite you lose, the more scar tissue you get rid of, the more infection and inflammation you get rid of, the healing starts.
Okay.
It's the infection and the inflammation that brings down your immune system, because your immune system is either just protecting you, and working with everything on the inside, or it's defending you from yourself.
Right.
Now, understand, fat holds heavy metals and toxic waste. Scar tissue holds more, and tumors even hold more concentration of that. So,
I've got a lot of little lumps as well.
oh, they're going to go.
Yeah.
You got to have the lumps. If he didn't have the lumps and the bumps and the tumor in his bladder, he wouldn't even be here.
That's right. It was a gift in disguise.
He wouldn't be here.
It was a blessing.
Every lump and every bump that you have is a storage thing and saying, wake up, sweetheart.
Well, Dr. Wolf, in the beginning, I melted down. I completely melted down.
What do you mean you melted
I
down?
melted down. I was just-
Emotionally?
yeah, completely went.
When you found out you had the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nobody supported me. I was like, the surgeon will ring you. Have your questions. And I was literally like a little boy wandering around, with this list of questions that didn't even make sense really. And I was just waiting, terrified. And I'm not, I'm quite alternative in my lifestyle normally, but I've suckered into that all my life in a way, and terrified by them. And I was melting down. It took my 2 close friends to say, come to ours and support me. And it was only that I realized I was taking the cannabis oil. I thought, well, why am I taking the cannabis oil if I want to die? Because I felt like I may as well jump off a cliff. That's what it felt like at the time.
Okay, so I want you to finish your story, but I want you to get this.
Yeah. I wanted to jump
Chris, you're not the only one.
No.
Okay, the minute we get here, our spirit gets here, because we're trapped here. This is just a recycle. This planet recycles you and recycles you until you can vibrate high enough to hasta la vista, baby, I'm going to a new program.
Yeah, too right.
But here's the deal. As soon as you get here, you're programmed to believe you're not enough. You are now, since the medical system took over in 1910, the main gist of their thing is the body forgot how to heal, and you're too stupid to do it. So I'm just telling you the truth, that's all.
Yeah.
You can challenge me on any of my shows if you want, just come and get me. But the reality is hit this. Your beliefs matter, your thoughts matter. The imagination is the most important thing to you. And he was imaging that he didn't have the ability to heal himself like everybody else in this world.
Yeah.
So, it's just a matter of time before the dominoes fall and they're going to draw your ticket.
Yeah.
And then what are you going to do? Are you going to have the imagination to create the thoughts, to create the emotions, to create the frequency, to create the healing? Or are you going to fight, fright, flight, and go into a sympathetic state and blow yourself up?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you blew yourself up.
Yeah, for a while, but I've always had a healthy disdain for the kind of... I've always looked at the medical system as a A&E, and I've never really followed their advice, luckily. But,
A&E, do you mean arts and entertainment?
Yeah, no, sorry, A&E, accident and emergency, They're brilliant at the side of the road in a car crash.
All right,
whatever,
okay.
Invasive stuff that has to be done, perhaps.
But I like the other one, arts and entertainment.
Yeah, that's better.
I mean, I just do it for entertainment.
They're a bit like that, aren't they? But anyway, yeah.
God, they're entertaining.
Very entertaining. I melted down. They didn't ring me, and then during that time, instead of jumping off the cliff, I really felt like jumping off a cliff, honestly. And then.
But you know what? You need to go to the cliff.
Yeah, well, I know the cliff well. I wasn't actually gonna go and do it, but I thought to myself, I may as well.
His friends used to call him Cliff.
Yeah, that cliff. He's a bit edgy, but he's all right.
He's a hanger.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I melted down. My friend supported me and said, you know, and pointed out I was taking all this cannabis oil, so I must want to live a. And I thought, yeah, I do. And then with your presence in my life on the videos and stuff, I started tuning in more and more. And then I just thought, you know what, these lot are not going to help me. They haven't rang me. Where are they? And then I went down the route of I need to sort this out myself. I got to take charge, and everything you said made so much sense. So I'm going to go. And then they started ringing me, and oh, well, we can change this. Oh, well, maybe next week then. And I said, what? They used to threaten us, you know, if you don't come, you'll go back to the doctor and you'll have to be referred again. And now they were like, oh, maybe tomorrow, Mr. Howells, or what about next week at 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock?
You always know a toxic relationship when your partner threatens you.
How do you mean?
Well,
if your partner threatens.
Well, you know,
yeah.
I mean, you were partnering up with the medical system.
Oh, right, yeah.
They were your partner.
Yeah, they were threatening me, yeah.
Okay, and then you ever have a relationship like this where she said to you, Chris, if you don't change, I'm leaving you.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're going, what the hell is that? And how do I do it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to have to hide it from her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And I was doing that from them. I was hiding what I was doing from them at first, and then the final call, just before I left, I grew a pair and said,
Diamonds.
Yeah, in an adult, in an adult kind of way. I just said, look, I'm doing this. You said you'd do this and you didn't. That's fine. I said, I don't want to make an enemy of you. I might need you one day. I said, but I'm doing this the natural way with juicing, cannabis oil, mushrooms, everything. I told them everything. And they were all right, you know. Well, I was a receptionist, I guess, but she just said, okay, well, I hope it all goes well for you, and if it doesn't, give us a shout, and we'll check you back in. Because they literally had me on the table once, you know. They were trying to go in through my penis to look at this tumour, and I was like lying there because I'd just been railroaded. And then I was like, well, and it was really hurting when they tried to try it. And I, whoa.
Well, it's hard to get a camera down that penis, isn't
and
it?
as soon as she tried, I hit her hand. I didn't mean to, but I just went, ooh.
Well, yeah, well, it's,
I said, sorry, doctor. She said, it shouldn't hurt. It doesn't normally hurt. As if it was me, like, you know. And I said, why are you going in exactly? And she said, we just want to have a look at it. And I said, they'd only just told me.
Okay, now when they go to look at it, just remember something. We're talking about irritation causing inflammation.
Yes. Well,
and if there was cancer in there, that would be extreme inflammation, and inflammation causes more mutation. Let's get this. I'm not telling you not to do it, but guess what?
I know you're not.
Now go and do our thermography.
Yeah.
Okay, that is
Tomorrow
the most detailed scan that you'll ever do.
Yeah.
And guess what? Nothing happens to you. It just scans and it does it in a healthy way.
Yeah. I've got it booked tomorrow morning.
So we'll do a thermography scan, and if it looks like that there's a lot of mutation in that area, okay, if he gets a cell sonic, okay, we will do another scan, and I will give it to you for free. Okay, I'll give it to you for free.
Okay.
And then we'll just show you that when you do non-surgical, you do the diet like he's doing, and you do the cell sonic.
Yeah.
Cell sonic's got 25,000 volts and a love harmonic. It will shut that down. Boom.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been dreaming of having one of those for myself, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, we just bought a second. Well, I told you this morning, we just bought a second one.
Yeah.
Because we have to, because guess what they're doing? Okay, so these psychos are shutting everything down. I hope you know that there are hundreds of thousands of cars sitting in parking lots because they can't get the chips for the cars. You think I'm kidding? You're going to find out about this within 6 months to a year. It'll all be news. Now, the reality is that they don't want to do it, but the Cellsonic has gone up $35,000 in price in 6 weeks because there's bidding wars for the chips and for the components that go into any electronics now.
No, everything's falling apart. I think.
Well, not everything. You're not.
No.
You're
out there. I mean,
you're coming together, aren't you?
Totally. Yeah. You're right. It's a blessing in disguise. Big time. Because the answers were all there, and I was already tuning in. So it's a higher force than me at work, you know. And you were there, and these amazing people were there on screen before this happened, and then this happened. Very soon after, I tuned into it, you know.
Well, we've got to run.
Yeah.
We'll come back. But we'll come back again. You know what happened? The computer wouldn't work, so we were here for about an hour, right? Yeah. And then we got the computer working. So now we're back. So we did the show. So we followed through, right?
Yep. Yeah.
But I'll be back, and you'll see
busy
him.
Man.
You'll see him next week. Okay.
Yeah.
Right now, I've got to go do a 2-hour training. If you are a health practitioner, or you're not a health practitioner, and you want the best cutting edge training, I think I charge like $1,500 a year, or 100 and I think it's 150 a month or something like that,
right.
or 175 a month. I don't deal with the money part, and I had to fight with my guys because they said that I should charge a lot more. But if you want to come on to this, okay, and you want to be part of our trainings, we do about 3 trainings a week. Okay, so you're getting about anywhere from 9 to 12 trainings a month.
Right.
So do the math.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, we will give you the best training you've ever had in your life, whether you're a practitioner or you're not. Now, who can take my courses? Anybody.
Yeah.
Passion, desire. We have doctors, we have chiropractors, nurses, we have lay people. We have people that come here and take my course once, which is a 22-day course, and we build them a website for cost, and they open up their business and they're off and running. You have been sucker punched. Ruled, schooled, and fooled. Okay? Understand something. Right now, you have the power to heal yourself, and then you have when you do that, you will become the light for others, and you will show them the way. What would you like to leave everybody with?
Well, I don't know. Look, think for yourself, and like seek out healthy solutions to your problems. And if you've got serious problems, then seriously start looking at what we're doing here, because it's just everybody. You can see it. Trust me. You look around you, everybody is just getting healthy, and it's beautiful. Beautiful. It's the opposite from what we've had all our lives, isn't it? Well, for me, it's the opposite from what I've had all my life. It's all talk usually for me. We can do this, we can do that, but nothing actually happens.
Right.
Yeah. So most happened to me, and I haven't even had treatment yet, but I've had more positive statements said to me and things pointed out and that sort of thing. Feels great. It's very supportive and great.
Well,
Thank
you know what? The truth doesn't have to hurt. It can even feel good when you're ready to accept it.
Yeah, I accept it. Yeah.
This Saturday, we kick off a whole life coach training, which is 9 days. Then we take 2 days off and come back and we do the non-surgical, which is 12 days.
Yeah.
And we guarantee our courses that they are the best they are, and that you will leave there knowing how to fix your family, fix yourself, or even if you're a practitioner and you've been in practice for 30 years, I guarantee it will knock your socks off. Okay, we take it to a whole different level. If you're a practitioner and you do any kind of body work and you're not dealing with turning scar tissue back into beautiful connective tissue, because that's what we call old age, that's what we call the limp, that's what we call the fibroid, that's what we call the tumor, that's what we call the adhesion. And understand, surgery causes more scar tissue than anything else. And between the crystallization and the displaced calcium, whether it's calcium deposits in your breast, in your kidneys, or in your gallbladder, or anywhere else in your joints, just know that we can reverse we can show you how to reverse all of it. You just got sucker punched. Okay, just know this. It's time to wake up. It's time to take your life back, connect to your breath, all right? And live in the eternal now. Be present, own your breath, and know that they're just trying to scare you. Isn't it great how the greatest part of the percentage of the world in healthcare, okay, needs to scare you and use fear tactics when you shouldn't have to do that if you were loving and you were embracing and you were really showing people how they could take their power back. 3, 2, 1. We have this, Bravehearts. Have a beautiful one.
Have a
See
good
you
day.
in a while.
Thank you, Daryl. Cheers, mate. That's great.
There you go.
Yeah.
If you want, you can hang out.
Yeah.
You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it.
Found Dr. Wolf and all his positivity and trying to reshape our way of thinking and help me be a better person, a better mom, better wife. I'm glad I found him in person in Ixtapa, Mexico.
Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited.
This guy's got something really interesting to say and he's sharing it really openly and we're just really not caring what other people think, and I just thought that was really empowering.
What I've learned in my life is this: to be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time.
Dr. Wolf, as many people will have seen, is very direct and straight and will take you to the edge of the cliff, as he says, and then pull you back just in time.
Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite.
He's a wealth of information, and I love it.
You were created by your creator to create. So let's create something amazing together.
I found Dr. Wolf and I went, wow, here's a truth speaker. And he spoke to my soul and he spoke truth.
So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the whole life coach certification is all about. In the whole life coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners, or even so-called whole life coaches, that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart and we're going to become the spark that you seek.
And actually what I really love about Dr. Wolf's teachings is that unconditional love is literally it. And then you're like, how can it be that easy? That's just silly. So, but it's really not.
Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in because
How I found my brave heart was through Daryl. He really teaches you to go within and go in through your heart and not your mind, because your heart's a lot more connected to so much more than your mind. Your mind is just so conditioned and your heart is just so open and beautiful.
you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win.
I had just lost my husband a couple of years ago. With his passing, he gave me the greatest gift to love myself. But Dr. Wolf gave me the greatest gift in understanding that.
I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited because this is your life.
He's the first doctor that I have encountered that has truly given me the truth, and not just half truths, but the full truth. So it's been revolutionary for me in my healing process.
And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line, because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar, because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive, personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call, or a Band-Aid, or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from anywhere from 6 days to 10 days, or you need to come for my whole life coach certification, because if you don't go in deep, you'll never make changes. They say it takes 10,000 times for you to repeat something before it becomes a prominent, dominant thought. And if you understood that 70 to 90% of all your thoughts are not yours, and they say that 70% of your thoughts are toxic, tell me they're not. Take a look at the majority of the population. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself. Before that, though, the person was attacking themselves on a subconscious, unconscious level. And that, my friend, is the bottom line, and why you must take a personal treatment and training and go deep and understand how to run your life. What that means is learning how to think, how to drink, how to eat, and knowing when somebody is mistreating you, when someone is disrespecting you, because until you honor and respect yourself, no one else is going to do it. So understand, this is your life. If you want to live your passion and purpose, then you must become the master of your mind to become the master of your body so that you can become the light for your family. So please, consider this. You've got the time and you've got the money, because you're going to change the rest of your life for the rest of your life, and that's my guarantee to you.